Get out! Get out! Get the fuck out!
Man, we're back.
We're back.
We're back, baby. Let's go.
Woohoo! Let's go. All right, guys. Retweet the tweet that we are live.
The 9-hole.
Oh, that's fucking huge. Chat's got to be going insane. Hold on
awesome.
a second. Hold on. Let me send this tweet out. We're going live in a second, guys. We are live, but go to my Twitter, guys, and just retweet that tweet where you see all our videos in it. I just retweeted it, so just go to the most recent retweet.
Yep.
Pop that. I'll touch the subs. Let them know we're live.
Are we live now?
Yep. Yes, we
I've
are.
never been live.
What?
I've never not been live. My whole life is live.
What happened to that fun little countdown video? You know.
Nah, this is the Tommy
No,
G
we got
show.
the Potheads homer. That's better than a countdown.
This isn't the Luke Hoffman show. This is the Tommy G show. So we don't get any of the bells and whistles.
Are we gonna have strippers and cocaine?
We'll probably have cocaine. I don't think we'll have strippers though.
When the doorbell rings.
Yeah. Ding dong.
You never know what's gonna appear at that door, Jerry.
You never know.
I know
it
it's
could be
a-
vodka.
maybe-
It could be
Maybe the audience
fucking.
doesn't know.
It
Could be homeless
anything.
people. It could be fucking.
It could be a minivan. What an
Spanish
air
guy
it could be
from
anything.
fucking Newark fucking running up here. All right, let's see. Looks like we're good. Let me introduce the crew while I get set up here. I'm running production on the set right now. Luke Hoffman's out in Pittsburgh, so probably be a little sloppy today because I'm a fucking absolute disaster. But we got a gangster crew in here with us today. First, let me start off with the man who just hit a fucking qualifier recently for MMA, our UFC/NFL expert. You know him from Stay Cashin'. Mike Constantino knocking down the MMA Q and DFS. Congratulations,
What
buddy.
up? Thank you, buddy.
You're past the shit talking for not doing it live on the thing. Now I just congratulate you.
Oh, thank
You
you.
got- you
We
seven
got
day-
a lot of
seven-
got a lot of making up, ground making up to do.
Well, no, you have a grand. I mean, if we now you got to go back.
Never
See what he
heard
does,
Tommy-
Jerry.
Never heard Tommy apologize.
I can't just let you off that easy.
I
man.
mean, Jerry, we had a 7,000 person live stream going on. He's sweating a qualifier. Me and Bill are announcing the UFC fight. He doesn't even come on, and he's mad at me.
I came on. Said hello.
You came on in the dark after it was over to tell us
He's
you won.
sweating, man. He doesn't want to talk to me.
No, dude, that's what this show. It's a sweat show. The fucking show is called a sweat
Legit
show.
sweat.
Yeah, you think I want to be sitting there fucking talking about football when I got fucking bets going everywhere?
Tonight's football. Let's get back to the
All right, we're gonna
NFL, the
get to it.
National Football League.
All right, and Trevor's already disappeared. Trevor's back. Ladies and gentlemen, Trevor looks like he's got a graduation picture for the 8th grade coming up. Got your hair all nice and parted, looking all pretty.
So I'm here to moderate. Tommy's going to be hosting this week. You're going to need to make sure he does a good job and stays on track. So Tommy, good luck tonight.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to do this because, Zab, your color is just, I like the color at the top. So, Mike, we're going to move you up to the top row because the nice brightness you got.
Andy
there.
won.
Yeah, and you won. There you go, Mike. Your top row.
Moving
You're
up.
in a
Move
one
up,
hole.
baby. Right where I
You're in the
belong,
one hole.
right there at the top.
And the man in the bottom left corner or bottom right corner, depending where you are, he has a very difficult time doing things like this. You know him from Stay Cashin'. Our boy Zab. What up, Zab?
Oh, nothing. Show 1 done. Took a little nap, and we're ready to roll for show 2.
That's it,
so.
man. I'm on show 4, believe it or not. I had to do a guest spot for a Denver radio show. Then I had to do not Denver, St. Louis radio show. Then I had to do the Thunderdome. Then I had to finish up the thread that I'm posting, which is almost done. Then I had to do Stay Cashin'. Then I had to put all the bets out. Now I'm here, and I'm
Thanks-
still going to
thanks
be
for
going
making
all
time
over.
for us,
We got to wind back
Yeah.
to the Lou. What is your association with the Lou?
The Lou? No, I have a few radio stations that want me to do
Lube?
guest spots and stuff.
Tommy's
So
really hot in the St. Louis market.
I'm
and we never
hot
know
in the
it.
Denver and St. Louis markets. We got guest spots coming up. So I'm going national, Mikey. I'm going worldwide. And, of course, we saved the best for last. That is the great Jerry Durgali, Scarface. What up, boss?
What up, yo? We missed you last week.
No, you didn't. You guys
No,
were fine.
The show went by nice and smooth.
Yeah, I'm sure it was nice. No, me or Mike, that thing was probably done in 45 minutes.
It was less than that.
Yeah, it had to be. So for those of you just tuning in, if you look at the bottom of the screen, Zab, show it to them. Where are they looking? That's a lot easier, right? Just point instead of doing this. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you can actually click the link in my bio. A lot of you are watching on Twitter currently. Click the link in my bio. It's 3 free days. You will get 3 free days at 4Deep. Get in there now. We got a monster weekend ahead of us. We're going to talk a little DFS and betting here, but we got baseball, we got UFC, we got soccer. D-Rock just hit a plus 3,500 first round leader in golf. We got hockey, NFL, college football. Got a bunch of college football games tonight. Ton of shit going on. And we just skull fucked this Dodger game. Just absolutely pissed all over it. So far, the bets for the Dodger game, and I will update you throughout the show because I like to brag about myself. Peterson under 11.5 outs cashed. Ohtani 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs cashed. Dodgers over 3.5 max bet team total cashed. I think we have over 12.5, 13.5, and 14.5. And I think we just hit 15.5 in this game. And right now it's 10-5. So we're about to wheel this motherfucker. It is go time this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We are just getting started. Yankee game starts shortly. My attention will be distracted. So let's start it off with Jerry. Give us a high-level overview to slate. Let's try and bang through this quick, guys. We got a lot of us here. I know Mike's got a hard stop at 8:30. We got about an hour and 15 minutes to bang this thing out. So, Jerry, give us an overview to slate.
Yeah, there's a lot of good games and a lot of bad games on the slate. There's some games with some high totals, games for sure that we're going to attack. Games, I mean, there's some games we can just kind of like cross off, but there's not a lot of value on the slate for DFS wise, so we're going to have to kind of dig up some value. But overall, there's some nice games on the slate. It's going to be a fun football weekend.
Yeah. And Zab, what are we looking at? Give me an injury overview, kind of the main guys we're looking at. We'll obviously go through it game by game as we hit them, but give me a high-level overview on who the guys that we know are definitely out.
A couple of big injuries are Tajay Spears, Taylor, and Ford for the Browns. So we are getting Nick Chubb back this weekend. Anthony Richardson's back playing quarterback for the Colts. Neighbors back. Singletary's back. Aaron Jones is in. He's a little bit more on the questionable side, but he's in. Looks like Devon Achane's back in. Cooper Kupp possibly in. He's questionable heading into the weekend. Brian Robinson's probably most likely in also. So
okay.
Deontay Johnson's highly questionable. So
right.
Dallas Goedert out. Just a couple other few. Deontay Johnson questionable. We don't know his status yet, right?
Nah, he's still questionable.
Okay, Jonathan Taylor, as we mentioned, right? You guys said
Yep, he's out.
Juwan Jennings got ruled out earlier too.
Allow every time on this site. There we go. Aaron Jones was a shocking one that's in. I actually thought he was going to be out, so we'll talk about that when we go there. See how healthy we think he is. I know everything there is to know about hip injuries, so we'll see how he does. Let's start it off, Jerry. Kick right over to you to start it off. As I said, there's 5 of us on here. You guys don't need me talking the whole time, so I will be putting bets in, sweating college football, dropping some shit in here, and then I'll go last and kind of give my input on it. So let's start it off with the big one, Jerry. Detroit, Minnesota. This is the game everyone's looking at. Tons of touchdowns, tons of props, tons of options here. Let's go right to it.
I mean, yeah. So the Lions, they lost Aiden Hutchinson last week, so it also looks like they might be without Carlton Davis this week also. So the defense is kind of banged up over here. Like we mentioned earlier, Minnesota looks like they're getting Aaron Jones back. And there is a chance that we also see TJ Hawkinson back also. Mm-hmm. Even if he does play, he might be limited, but they haven't announced that yet. We'll probably know more on Sunday. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, it's a 50.5 point total. And I think we're going to definitely see some offense in this game. I like Darnold a lot here. With the Detroit injuries on defense, I can see him having a big game. Definitely love Justin Jefferson. I mean, for how good he's been this season, we still haven't seen that monster game from him like we've seen in the past. So I think we could see that this week from him. You're going to see guys like Jordan Addison probably come into play. You can probably use both of them in like a Darnold stack. Darnold's, he's not cheap, but you can definitely fit him, Jefferson and Addison together in stacks. Aaron Jones, you're going to have to decide on him. Detroit did have a good run defense. We don't know what it's going to be like now without Aiden Hutchinson. So there might be some windows opening up there for him. On the Lions side, it's they're all healthy on offense, but it's kind of like the same thing with them every week. They're all expensive. They just kind of spread the ball around a lot. Like with the running backs, you got to choose between Monty and Jahmyr Gibbs, and they're both expensive. They both kind of get there, but you never know if it's enough for you to win a tournament with them or anything. So you kind of have to just pick one and get lucky. I think the one I like the most on the Lions side is Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's had a history of torching the Vikings defense. For how good the Vikings defense has looked this year, the secondary can get lit up. I think St. Brown has like one of he's had good games, but not his breakout game yet. This could be it right here.
Yeah, he's due. Mikey, what do you like in this game? Big game on a slate. You're on mute. Way to bring your A game, Mike.
Nothing.
You can't hear me?
No, it's probably the computer's fault. What's up?
Oh. All right. Well, you know what I did? I don't even.
Just go. We don't even know.
Just go.
You hit the mute button and forgot. That's what you did.
No,
we don't need to psychoanalyze. You hit the mute button. We all do it.
The YouTube page also I had double audio, and then I stopped the one on the right instead of the left. I zigged when I should have zagged. But Jerry, you nailed it. I thought I was going to be a little sneaky with Darnold. Both of these teams are really good against the run, and I get Hutchinson's out, but it's still a good defensive unit versus the run overall. You could pass with both of these sides. And I thought I'd be sneaky with Arnold, but you kind of, snuck it in there before me. So nothing really more to add. And then on the Detroit side, I like Laporta. I feel he has a good matchup. You could attack the tight ends against Minnesota. He hasn't had that breakout game yet this year. And Detroit spreads it around. So, again, not in a rush to get to even Laporta at 5,300, but he would be my preferred play.
Okay. Trevor, what do you like here?
Listen, I'm going to just stamp everything they said, but I want to talk about Gibbs for a second, passing running back. I think he's got the advantage over Montgomery. I don't think people are going to be on him because of the fear of the matchup. What about Gibbs? Bunch of catches, bunch of yards. I think he's in a good spot, better than people think.
All right, Zab.
Agree. Minnesota runs a heavy man scheme with a lot of blitz packages. When they run that kind of scheme, you're going to see Goff looking to St. Brown and Jameson Williams, both who have a little over a 3 yards per route run average against this type of scheme. So I like both of those guys. Bringing it back with Jefferson, his career versus the Lions, he's gone over 100 yards basically every single game. So those are the main 3 plays I like in this game. Not really on Laporta this weekend. Just go stay with St. Brown and JMO.
Okay. Just co-signing everything here. Obviously, if you guys had to make a decision here, who's your favorite play of this game? Real quick, just say a name. Jerry.
Amon-Ra.
All right. Mike.
Jameson Williams.
All right. Jab.
St. Brown.
St. Brown. Trevor.
St. Brown.
Yeah. It has to be St. Brown week, right? Like, this should be one. I think Jefferson does light them up, but I think this is definitely St. Brown week. I'm going off the FanDuel list, Jerry. I don't know if it's the same. I'm having trouble on my DraftKings, sir. I don't know if it's the same list. Do you have Houston Green Bay next?
Wait, hold on. Before we
I
want to ask you something. Have you guys noticed that, Detroit is one of those teams that have the multiple options, spread the ball around type, but, in the past, we used to see Amon St. Brown, get a large target share. And to me, it just feels like it's way more spread out. Do you feel that way or see that way too?
Well, it's because Jameson Williams
J-Mo's killing it.
Dude,
another home run for the fucking Lighters. Cash the over 15.5. We just wheeled the whole game. Guys, this game ain't over.
This game
Dodgers plus 1,000?
Still?
Dodgers plus 1,000?
Rupp put out Dodgers plus 1,600 a little bit ago.
He's just doing it to cover his ass because he just said he's the Mets. He said he's the Mets' good luck charm. So the
Mookie
last
is
thing he
so
needs
hot
is
this
this
series,
happen.
man.
Yeah, Mookie's been on fire. 4 hits yesterday. So it's getting fucking tight. It's getting tight. I told you the balls were juiced today. You can see it in the first inning. These balls were juiced. Hopefully they're juiced for Yankee game too.
Tennessee Buffalo, Tommy, to answer your question from before is next.
Okay, Tennessee Buffalo. All right, let's head over there. Obviously, we got a big trade with Amari Cooper, Trevor's boy, heading over to Buffalo. Zab, do we have any idea of how much Cooper's going to play? Are we going full load? Is he just going to be running in every other play, and they're going to tell him what route to run? What do we think?
It looks like he's getting full load. Him and Adams both. So touch on that, but he's going to be getting a full go. I think I'd say about 75% of what he typically does personally, but yeah.
All right. So what do you like in this game? Run it down.
Yeah, I'm not going to be – this is going to be one of the games I don't really go to. I think there's a lot of better other totals on the board, but if I was, it'd be Jonathan Allen and Cook, Cooper. Even Shakir, I think, is sneaky in play. I think Buffalo come out and run him out of the building. Tennessee hasn't looked good. Levis is going to throw a pick like every week. Buffalo D's in play. The only one I would look to play on the Titans would be Pollard. I think with no Spears, he's going to get as much carries as he can handle. I think he's going to catch the ball out of the backfield. I think we're going to see back to when he was a Cowboy, getting all the touches. So,
All right, Jerry.
Yeah, I'm with you on Pollard here. He's the only one for me on Tennessee. I'm not touching these receivers. I'd love to go back to Ridley after he burned me last week, but I'm not going to do that. With Buffalo, I mean, it's a little tough with them. This isn't the best game environment for them with how bad the Titans have looked on offense, so I don't see a lot of scoring. I mean, I do like Josh Allen as a kind of a tournament play. He's kind of priced the same as Jaden Daniels, I mean, who we'll get to later. But, I mean, he's got a new weapon in Amari. He's got Shakir at full health. James Cooks, he looks like he's going to play this week. So the offense is healthy. I mean, if you're going to play Josh Allen, I think I would just run him out naked. I think he'll probably just spread the ball around, maybe run one in, maybe run two in. I wouldn't try to nail down which receiver to stack him with. But, I mean, and if this game does blow out, it's mostly because, like, Allen's the one that got them there. I mean, he's got to have one of those ceiling type games, but I kind of do like Josh Allen. He's the only one I'm interested on the Bills.
Mike?
Yeah, I don't mind the naked Josh Allen, especially at 7,500. And then if I want to add for a tournament, I would either pair him with one of, or if not both, Dalton Kincaid and Amari Cooper. Shiny new toy, great athlete, not, their first option, obviously, a lot of pressure off. I mean, you heard what I said about Devontae Adams earlier. I feel the same way about Cooper, but not as strong because there's not that rapport like there is with Rodgers there. But wouldn't be shocked to see him go off, a bunch of catches, 100 yards, a touchdown. So at 5,800, if I'm playing Josh Allen, I'll most likely pair him with Cooper.
Trevor?
Cooper Allen. Listen,
Cooper
we're going
Allen.
to score
The
points.
combo?
But yeah,
who's
there's
that
no
guy?
points. Where are the points coming from? I think those two could be sneaky.
I'm actually, I have interest here on a prop. I think I want Shakir's prop, Zab. I think everyone's going to be running into the shiny new toy, the Amari Cooper. I think the defense is going to be planning for the shiny new toy too. And Shakir's back. He's in 100% health, right?
yeah, he is.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about a 35.5 prop for him, Jerry.
Yeah, that's
He
low,
gets
man.
that. I mean, I don't know if he's a DFS play. I don't think he goes for 6 for 60 and a touchdown or something. But to get 40 yards out of fucking Shakir, I think that should be easy. I think Cooper actually helps him.
That's love, yeah. I think so too. He could take the top off and Shakir will catch those little underneaths.
Yeah, I'm a little jaggy.
Yeah, I like
See
that on
if
Shakir. That's a nice play.
Yeah, 35.5 seems good. Again, probably not the greatest DFS play, but definitely like the prop on that. What do you guys got for the next game here? I'm just going to go in my order. You guys can just adjust. Houston, Green Bay, 1 p.m. until I can get this fucking DraftKings open. Houston, Green Bay. I love this game. I think this game is fucking probably going to be my favorite one to watch here. I think this could be potentially a Super Bowl preview. I've been saying all year, I think Green Bay can make it out of the NFC. I do not like San Francisco. I do not like really anything in the NFC. So I wouldn't be shocked about that. And we know Stroud and the Houston Texans, once they get Nico Collins back, could do a lot of damage. I'm assuming Jerry Tank Dell is going to be one of the DFS darlings this week.
I mean, yeah, with Nico out, I mean, Tank Dell saw a season high 9 targets last week. I mean, he should continue to get those targets. I mean, he's $1,200 cheaper than Diggs, who's he's a little bit expensive for me to play. I would rather just take the savings and play Dell. Also for Houston, we saw Mixon come back last week. He kind of just ran all over the Patriots for 102 yards. He's clearly back to full health. This week, it's another good matchup for him. The Packers, they've given up 400-yard games this year to opposing running backs. So Mixon, I mean, he's in a position to have another productive game, and he's probably going to come in under 10% owned. On the Packers side, I love Jordan Love. I mean, the thing with Jordan Love now, it's become a little bit difficult to stack him with all his receivers healthy. You got Jaden Reed, his best option. He's at 7,200 now on DraftKings, so he's not cheap. You got Dobbs back. You got Wicks, Christian Watson, Tucker Kraft. I mean, they're all getting targets too. Wicks, he did pull up questionable. So, I mean, if you were to miss, it makes the guessing a little bit easier. But last week, the Millie Maker on DraftKings had Jordan Love naked. So, I mean, Jordan
He's
Love
a guy I've
naked,
been telling you since last year I like playing.
something that you could definitely roll out. I mean, he's spreading the ball around. He's an awesome quarterback. They're playing at home. They're favored in this game. It's a high total. Josh Jacobs, I don't know. I'm not playing him. I haven't seen enough out of him this year. He doesn't seem like he's got much upside. Texans are pretty tough against the run. I mean, Jordan Love is probably the best play. Just play him out naked. That's my take on Packers.
Yeah, I'm a huge every single week. You ask the subscribers, there's 2 bets they know are coming in on the hashtag. It's Jordan Love 1.5 touchdowns and CJ Stroud 1.5 touchdowns. Obviously, don't love the CJ Stroud as much without Nico there. That does hurt and worry me a little bit. But Jordan Love is just a fucking touchdown machine, man. I mean, they throw the ball in the red zone a ton. Plus, he throws a fantastic deep ball. So Zab, what do you like in this one?
Yeah, I'll touch on the Packers side first. It'd be Jordan Love. I agree with Scarface. I think the best way to play the Packers is just play Jordan Love naked, get all the exposure because you never know where he's going to go with the ball. They just have so many weapons that it's hard to key on, and they move them all around the offense. So Jaden Reed will be in and out of the slot. Same with the other guys also. So, but on the Texans side, Tank Dell. He's so much cheaper than Stephon Diggs. So I'd rather just go to Tank. He has another great matchup. I think this game is a shootout. I think you could see a total in the 60s. And Tank Dell's probably going to catch a long ball to get that there. So Mixon, I like. He has a good matchup, but it's really hard to pay that $7,200 price tag on DK, especially with as many great wide receivers there is. So I doubt I get there on Mixon this week. So I'd rather just go take Tank Dell for $6,500. So
yeah, Mike, Tank Dell's obviously going to be extremely highly owned. Stephon Diggs is probably going to be very low owned outside of stacks with, all 3, Stroud, Diggs, and Tank Dell. What are you doing at this game?
I agree about the Jordan Love. I like Mixon, his usage. The price makes it a little tough, but he is like that second tier pricing, which depending on how your build goes, but I'm always a Jaden Reed guy, but now he's priced up. And I don't like the guess, like you guys said, so it's got to be for me either Jordan Love and, maybe naked, depending on the contest that you're playing. I mean, I'm hearing Tank Dell. It makes me kind of want to go to Diggs as a pivot in like a GPP and spend up to get different. So I don't mind the Diggs play, especially for the types of routes that he runs. I think I'll have more success against this Green Bay defense than maybe even the deep ball, but not in a rush to play it.
Yeah, Jerry, hold on. Am I on mute? No. Jerry, any interest in Schultz here at all?
Yeah, I mean, like tight end, the way I've been playing tight ends this year is, I'm just kind of pairing him with whatever quarterback I'm going with, unless I'm paying up for like a Brock Bowers or somebody like that. But yeah, I mean, if you're playing Stroud, you could throw Schultz in there. I mean, he's not a bad play. He's 4,200. He's going to come with some ownership. I think he's going to be like anywhere from like 10 to 50%, something like that. I don't mind him.
He gets in the box this weekend.
He's probably going to need to get into the box.
I'm going to need to get a water in a second. Trevor, give me a rundown on this. And
Just
Jerry, lead off the next game, Jerry. Let me go get a water.
I'll stamp everything. I really like Schultz. I think he's a great cash game. I think he's got upside this weekend. I think he gets in the box. That's it.
All right, cool. Why don't we go to Seahawks Falcons? We got Atlanta favored by 3. This game opened up with a 48.5 total. They jumped up to 51. So, I mean, it looks like there's going to be some scoring in this game. On paper, the Falcons defense has been a bad matchup for quarterbacks. They haven't allowed more than 240 yards to any quarterback this season. But Geno Smith has attempted more passes than anyone in the NFL, and he's also leading the league in passing yards. And he's pretty cheap on DraftKings. He's only 5,800, and it's because he hasn't had that ceiling game yet. And that's kind of just due to the fact that he hasn't thrown for more than 1 touchdown yet in any game this season. So he's kind of been on the verge of hitting that ceiling game, and I think he can kind of have that here. If you've watched any of the Seattle games this year or played DK Metcalf and DFS or any lineups or any props or anything, it's been amazing and how frustrating it is to see how many times he's been flagged in the end zone on touchdown passes. There was two last week in the Thursday night game, I think, where he caught touchdowns and they got flagged back. So, I mean, they've kind of been on – he's been on the verge of hitting that ceiling game. I think we can kind of see that here. The Falcons, they don't pressure anybody, so Geno, he can kind of pick them apart. I mean, so I like pairing him with either Metcalf or JSN is my other preferred receiver. Kenneth Walker also, I think you can play him. I think you can play him and Geno together in tournaments as a way to get different. We saw earlier this year against Detroit where Geno threw for almost 400 yards and Walker had 3 touchdowns. So they both kind of get there. They can kind of get there together if the game kind of shoots out. On the Falcons side, Cousins, he's going to come in much lower owned than Geno. He's 6,300. He's just is in a good spot as Geno is. The difference is I think the Atlanta receivers are going to come in with more ownership than the Seattle receivers. London, I think, is going to be one of the highest owned receivers on the slate. Mooney, he's also coming in at like probably 15% or so. I like Kyle Pitts a lot here. He's been more involved the last 2 weeks. Seattle's given up a lot of yards to the tight end. Bijan Robinson, he's kind of priced back up to 7,100 now after his breakout game last week. He's kind of become like touchdown dependent. Like he hasn't cracked 100 yards in any game yet this year. Algier has been cutting into his workload a little bit. So, I mean, I'm kind of not sure what to do with him here, but it's a good matchup for him as well.
All right, what game are we on? Who's up?
We're talking Seattle, Atlanta.
All right, if you guys have questions, by the way, you could type the questions in the YouTube chat, or you could type them on my Twitter. Just go to @TommyGWinsAgain, click on the purple avatar, and you can type your questions right in there. They both come on the screen. So, will there be UFC talk? No. UFC talk, we did a little bit on the Stay Cashin' show. Maybe Mike will throw you a play on the back end. But just football, just NFL for this one game by game. All right, who's up here?
I can go next. So this is a game we're gonna have to watch come game time. There's a lot of injuries, especially on the defensive side, that we're gonna have to pay attention to. Seattle could be without Woolen again. He's basically one of their best defensive backs, and Atlanta could be without Justin Simmons, which is one of their best defensive backs. Both of those guys are highly questionable heading into the weekend. If they both miss, this pass game for both teams is going to fly. So I'll definitely be paying attention to those two, but I like Drake London on the Falcons side, kind of like Scarface was touching about. He has a great matchup. Will Pitts do it again? Seattle kind of leaks yardage to the tight end. I'll be curious on that. Bijan, do you think he does it again? 2 touchdowns. I'd probably lean Drake London on that team, though. Seattle, Noah Fant. I think he's going to be a sneaky play this weekend. He's going to be one of my pay down tight ends. Be kind of the method I go with, paying down. With the Falcons' heavy man scheme, they leak yardage to the tight end. And in their zone scheme, Noah Fant sees a higher usage in that type of scheme. He's going to be Gino's going to look to him more often. So I like Fant. I think he's going to be a sneaky play. So,
Mikey?
I think there's a lot of goodness here. I mean, the total is obviously one of the higher totals at 51, but more so than even I do think both teams gets theirs. So again, it comes down to what contest are you playing. If you're playing a GPP, it's hard to not really play Geno Smith if you're playing Metcalf, right? Like Metcalf is your blow up guy. He can have the huge game, 35 points and whatnot. Then you're going to want to jam Geno with him at 5,800. And to everyone's point earlier, too, I think Kenneth Walker is a great play this week, too. I mean, he's priced right in that, like, Joe Mixon range, but, you know, he's very heavily involved in the passing game. And due to the concepts that Zab was mentioning earlier, even historically, you know, pass-catching running backs against the Falcons are a thing. So I kind of like Geno, Walker, and Metcalf on the Seattle side, depending on what contest and how you want to pair them. And Bijan, this whole Atlanta thing is just a real tricky situation. You know, they're still pounding the ball, even though Arthur Smith is gone. And when you really look at it last week, I mean, Bijan, you know, he got there, right? But it's touchdown dependent, like Jerry said, but he got 15 carries, 95 yards. But then even Algier, I don't even know.
There we go. I knew that. We hit the under. I had 740 on the first Mike name.
Algier. I don't know if that's even right, but
I don't believe you watch football.
Carries, 105 yards and a touchdown. So it's just so hard with all these teams that have the split back, spread them out offense for DFS purposes to really just like feel comfortable. I mean, otherwise I would love Bijan, you know, in this game environment.
Yeah, I don't think
you know, it's just so hard to trust. I mean, I'm down on Pitts, and I'm up on London. You know, he's really taken over with that target share, but I can't play Cousins because I don't really like the immobile quarterback, you know, play, and Geno's cheaper. So my plays on Seattle, Geno, Walker, and Metcalf. And on the Atlanta side, regretfully, Bijan, a little bit of London. And don't sleep on Darnell Mooney.
I mean, we kind of named the whole team. So
I mean, again, it's 51 points. It's going to be a lot of points.
But that's our job. Everyone knows it.
Yeah,
we got to narrow them down.
And all those other ones from earlier.
I'm going to help you guys narrow them down.
If I don't have something, you know, this is a game that I have a lot. So I just want to make sure I relay it.
All right, I'm going to help you guys out here. Stop playing Bijan. Okay, you got out-carried by Algier last week. How many fucking years now? It's not even weeks. How many years do we have to go with this Bijan nightmare? until they start using him properly at the right times in the right spots and at the goal line. I personally have no interest. I know, Jerry, the price is not what it was, at other times when we were stressing over him. Kenneth Walker's the back to play in this game for sure, in my opinion. I mean, Kenneth Walker
Bijan, he's priced up. Last week he was cheap. It was hard to get off
you just cross Bijan off. Just cross him off. I mean, if you want to play him in a contrarian play in a millie maker or a longer field tournament, totally fine. But Kenneth Walker had 8 catches last week. Kenneth Walker is establishing himself as the CMC for that team. So I know I'm glitching a little here. I'll fix
now
that.
in a dome on a fast track like this. I love that play.
Narrow that down. It's Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker's the guy that I'm looking at here, Trev.
Listen, the game stack is the way to go, but y'all are really missing the one key piece if you go with the Cousins stack is that's Mooney London. Cousins, Mooney London come back with Walker, DJ Metcalf. That's going to be one of my lineups, and I think Mooney is going to be less owned than Pitts. And he's been a target monster. And if this game is a shootout, Mooney could do some damage and be a tournament winner.
Yeah, I like Pitts still. I mean, listen, I believe in
All
Pitts.
3 of them.
Yeah, I don't want the Mooney side personally, but I have no problem with it. I personally
He goes to him a lot. He goes to him a lot.
He does, but Mooney has
situations.
Mooney's kind of retarded. Pitts has been getting the ball downfield, man. That's the big thing. He's been actually hitting Pitts down the field. We still don't see the exact volume that I'd want. I think he should be 8-9 targets a game, but outside of that game where he had 0 catches, he's had a 32, a 52, and a 50-yard gain in 3 of his last games outside of that one weird goose egg. So Pitts is doing it in chunks and bunches, and I think he's a red zone target. I'm on Pitts. I'm on Pitts' prop again. I'm going right back to Pitts in a high total here. I think he gets heavily involved and should be the rest of the year. Anyone else have anything on this game?
I think we covered it.
Yeah, I think Kenneth Walker touchdown's a great prop. Drake London, obviously, fantastic play. Next game on the board. What do you got here, Jer?
Bengals and Browns.
I'll start this.
Go ahead.
This is my baby. Whose dog's barking in the back? If you guys can just mute for a second. Just let him. Just keep the mic on. It's fine. He hears his. You know how much louder his dog is for him than it is for us too. Like he hears that louder than we do, and he's still
first time caller.
Yeah, it still doesn't think.
You're a mic Nazi today. You shut off my mic on Stay Cashin' today.
Well, I mean, listen, you were fumbling all over the place. I was trying to help you, so I'm manning the ship. Obviously, you guys know I'm the captain of the Joe Burrow fan club. Love the fucking kid. Told you guys they were going to get a win last week. They're going to get a fucking pounding win this week. Mike, I think it was you on the Stay Cashin' show that agreed with me. Was it you?
Yeah, one of my bets that I was mentioning was Bengals and for DFS, Chase Higgins, Burrow, a go-off game for Cincinnati here.
Yeah, so I love Cincinnati to just keep doing damage. They're plus money to make the playoffs. That's ridiculous. I think they still got a shot at the division still. This is early in the season, and they got a soft schedule coming up. I think Burrow come out and does it. I think it's Burrow Chase. The Chubb thing, Zab, is one thing we want to monitor. Obviously, he's going to be on a snap count. I'll kick to you and Jerry about what you guys think of this. I personally think his prop is way too low. We hit it on Stay Cashin' today, so I think this is a way to kind of avoid Chubb and DFS. But he's 37.5 his rushing prop on FanDuel. This guy just wrote a letter to the city of fucking Cleveland saying that he owes them and he's out for blood. And Mike just mentioned they saw him benching 900 or squatting 900 pounds. I mean, I think he's fine. I think this has a higher propensity to be a game where he comes in on a snap count, and if he's rolling and doing well, they keep giving him the ball. But this team's a fucking disaster. Coaches, GMs, everyone's got to be worried about getting fired. They're probably going to get rolled here. Spread looks a little tighter. I actually prefer Chubb on the prop side, 37.5. But Zab, are you going to be playing him in DFS? And what do you think we're going to see as far as snaps?
I probably won't get there in DFS. I'll probably just play the prop. We already put it out, so I'll probably just stick to that way. I do think it's not game script the present, but it depends on how he looks. If he comes out and he's running the ball good and he keeps going back to the sideline saying, "Hey, I'm good. Let me," they're going to keep him in there. He's the only reason they're going to sell tickets right now. No one's coming to see Watson. No one's coming to see Jerry Jeudy. So that's the way they're going to sell tickets. On that side, Njoku is going to be the way I'll go. Bengals are weak against the tight end. He's going to have to throw to someone. This is like a 12 milli maker kind of lineup. but Njoku would probably be the only one piece I would touch in DFS wise.
Jerry, what do we? Oh, sorry. There you go.
Bengals wise, I love Chase. So he destroys against man coverage. So he's gonna eat. He's gonna eat. I already put out his prop. So
Yeah, geez, Chase 100 and a touchdown. I'm going to be all over that this week. Jerry, what are you looking at here?
Yeah, he was talking about the receivers for Cleveland. I think you're going to see some guys maybe go to Elijah Moore. He's 3,200. I mean, we don't know what to expect now from Deshaun Watson. He's looked like shit.
No, we do. Nothing.
Yeah, he's looked like shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you really need value, 3,200. I mean, it's not going to kill you. I don't know if it's going to make you either. Jerry Jeudy, I guess he's in like the 5Ks. I don't know if I want him. Njoku, I guess he's always an option. It's an ugly. Cleveland's just so fucking ugly.
Can't touch that side.
And it's tough to like Burrow and the receivers here also because I can't see Cleveland making a game out of this.
See, that's the thing, though. The line, though, Jerry, the line kind of makes it look like I'm happy with this line from playing Cincinnati because the line's making it look like they are going to stay in. That looks like almost a little trappy for Cleveland, for Cincinnati.
It is, but I mean, you're paying prices for Chase and Burrow's not. I mean, he's okay. He's not super expensive, but I mean, you really need them to go off to get there to pay off those prices. I kind of like Chase Brown, man. He's taken over that backfield the last 3 weeks. He's got more touches than Moss. He's got 4 touchdowns. He's priced like 5,900. I like Chase Brown's my favorite play in this game.
Yeah, Chase Brown's out snapping Zach Moss finally. I don't know what the fuck took him so long. I said it on the first Stay Cash and Show with you.
Yeah, we knew it was coming, but I mean it's coming, but
finally. And if what's funny is he actually had about a 40% snap share, I think it was in week 4, and then he dropped down to like 30 in week 5, and then he went back up to like 65 now. So good to see him taking over that backfield. He's by far the more talented back. Mike, what do you like here?
You guys touched on it all. I mean, if you want to spend up, I mean, Burrow.
Touchdown, Duke! Let's go. Sorry.
It's okay. Higgins, Chase, Burrow. But again, you got to either kind of play them all together and hope they go off, or it's going to be hard. But, I like Chase Brown too, but I don't know. It's tough to run on Cleveland, regardless of what sometimes the stats say. And I think that passing is their best viable option. I love Vizab, your call on Njoku, because I do anticipate Cleveland playing from behind. And I've seen games last year, 10 targets, 10 catches and whatnot. Watson's under fire. And I'll throw something like real crazy out there. I'm just going to throw away $20 or whatever it is for a Millie Maker. But I'm going to build a Millie Maker lineup with Jameis Winston in it and either hope that Watson gets pulled or hurt or something. And then obviously I'm going to have to stack like Judy and Njoku with him. But I'm fully prepared to throw away $20 or try it.
Jameis should be priced
I think Jameis is priced more than Deshaun Ross.
It should be. The one thing, honestly,
it's not outside the realm that they dealt Cooper and they have a short leash and either make a change, shake it up, a division rival. I mean, you never know. But again,
honestly, Mike,
to throw away the $20.
The thing they should do.
Well, he's priced the same as them. They're both 4,900.
Yeah, I mean that's
Mike,
insane.
I can give you my Venmo instead.
Yeah, you can just send it to me. I'll put it on a fucking.
Hey, if you're gonna give me $1 million, if it works, I'll send it.
By the way, Jameis, what they should do in Cleveland, the only answer for them right now, because everyone's gonna fucking lose their jobs, and it's the worst decision ever made, and we said it was the worst decision ever made when it happened. Just tell fucking Deshaun to fake an injury. That's what needs to happen right now. You need to get Deshaun.
Come in this week. Now I feel it now.
Oh yeah, no, he should. I mean, everyone's talking about it. Definitely. I mean, the Deshaun under props. That's one of the things on Twitter a lot of people are looking at. But I bring Deshaun in a room. I say, listen, we don't want to embarrass you. We want to give you another shot. Maybe you need a few weeks on the sideline. Let's say you pulled a hammy here. Let's leave this game on national. Let everyone see it.
How lucky is Amari to get the fuck out of there?
Oh my God. Fucking disaster. Trevor, are you like anything here?
I like Njoku a little bit. Njoku.
Is that like when you get in trouble?
Yeah, a little bit for DFS.
Tommy loves name shaming us.
Well, because here's the thing. We have new people watching, and when people say the wrong name, they think you're fucking stupid. So I have to cover it so that they don't think the rest of us are
Njoku is pretty good pronunciation, Trevor.
These two are talking pronunciation, Jerry.
I don't like Chase. I don't like Chase at all I don't like. And Njoku is the only person for DFS. I do really like Chase's yards. I just don't think this game's going to have enough points to be relevant in DFS. So Chase yards betting wise and Njoku for DFS.
Yeah. Fumble! Duke ball again. FSU. Guys, it's a fucking money-making machine. I don't know why any of you come off FSU. Fucking easy money. Let's go to the next game on the board here. Jerry, have we touched on the Giants Philadelphia yet while I was gone?
We have not talked about that.
Okay. What percentage own is Saquon Barkley going to be this week?
Probably not as high as you would think he's going to be.
Really?
I mean, he's projecting for like, let me see, anywhere from like around 10%, maybe less. It's just, and it's mostly because of his price. Price. He's pretty expensive. He's 8,200. I mean, how could you not love the revenge factor here? Especially they're playing in New York. Yeah, I mean, I love Saquon here. Just a matter of how you're going to fit him in. We also have Malik Neighbors coming back. We got Goddard out. I don't know. The Giants defense, they've been kind of like sneakily not so bad. They get pressure on the quarterback. They sacked Burrow 4 times last week. They sacked Geno 7 times the week before that. Deshaun Watson 8 times before that. I'm not that crazy about Hurts and the receivers here. I think if I'm going to play anybody on Philadelphia, I think I just want Saquon, or if I need some value, maybe go to like Calcaterra at 3,200 for tight end. But I think I'm off of Hurts and the receivers here. On the Giants side, Neighbors, of course, Neighbors. I love Neighbors. How can you not want to play him? Tyrone Tracy with Singletary back. I don't think you can go to him. He's priced up a little bit. Yeah, my favorite plays in this game are Saquon and Neighbors.
All right. Zab, I know you're interested in A.J. Brown on this one. Hasn't had much success against the Giants in the past. Actually, only 15 catches for 254 in 4 games. You run into him, I feel like this is a guy that you're all over.
Yeah, I think it's more of a scheme thing for me. He destroys man coverage. Anytime we're going up against man coverage, it's A.J. Brown. Anytime against the zone coverage scheme, it's always going to be Devontae Smith. I don't go away with it. It's kind of the same thing I do for San Francisco with those wide receivers. So I have a play on A.J. Brown's over receiving yards. It'll be more something I bet versus I play in DFS, kind of like what Goat was saying with the last game. I love Saquon Barkley. I love his over yards. I love touchdowns. I'm going to play him in DFS too. So I'm going to make sure I fit him into lineups.
If you guys are telling me that Saquon Barkley's going to be 10% owned, pay the fuck up.
I could see him going over 100, 2 touchdowns.
He's going to be out for blood in this game. And
there's no tush push in this game.
This is probably the one time all year. Because keep in mind, Saquon Barkley's been, outside of last week, pretty much hitting value even with the tush push and with everything that's been going on there. He's been one of the top backs in the entire NFL. If they tush push once in this game, they should fire the whole staff. Like, this has to be Saquon Barkley 3 touchdown every time they get down there and just pound him.
All those looks.
There's no way. There's no way they're tush pushing today.
He probably put that into his contract. We don't know.
I mean, dude, if they tush push from the 1, we riot. Like, the NFL is rigged if they tush push from the 1. Let's just put it that way. Constantino. Oh, sorry. Go on.
I do like that Calcaterra call by Scarface. That's a low-owned tight end. That's kind of my player pool for this weekend. The Giants are without left tackle Thomas. He got put on the IR, so that is going to hurt the run game of the Giants, which they kind of said they're just going to keep leaning on Tyrone Tracy. Singletary's going to get a run, but they're going to keep leaning on the rook. So I do like Neighbors. He's going to catch a lot of short yard stuff, but that's about it.
All right. Mikey, what do you like?
I mean, how do you not like Malik Neighbors? I mean, right? I mean, he's at the top of the list. And I know you said A.J. Brown struggled, but I mean, he's another player I like history. Here. Yeah. I mean, the Giants, let me lead with that. I buried the lead. Everybody, Saquon. Well, guess what? There's a flip side to the coin, my friend. That Giants defense is going to want to fucking come after him hard. He's still friends with a lot of guys. He was just at Dexter Lawrence's wedding, over the summer, busting each other's balls. I saw a video. But they're coming, man. Don't think for 1 second that defense, who plays already with fire and emotion, and they're flying all over the field, to someone's point earlier that said that they're playing good. At 2,500, the Giants defense is very, very live in this spot. They're going to be equally motivated to hunt Saquon, as mentioned, and Hurts has been a shell of himself. So I'll have a bunch of lineups like I even like kind of like at 5,400 with the Giants D, Daniel Jones, and then I would throw in Neighbors. So like a Daniel Jones, Neighbors, defense build type thing. Maybe rushes a couple in, Neighbors eats, defense plays good, turns the ball over. Very, very cheap to get there that way. On the other side, I'm going to kind of fade Saquon here because I think that the defense is going to perform better versus Saquon than Saquon will versus that defense, with the emotion. It's just the way it is. And then that's it for me. And I like the tight end, Calcaterra, like you said. I mean, at the min-nuts price.
Okay. Trevor, what do you like?
Shutting my dogs up. Listen, I don't think there's that much in DFS here. Neighbors is fine. Like Mike said, I want to stamp that. Dude, the Eagles offense just isn't looking good. Fine. Browns yards, he's back. Eagles have looked like dog shit. The Giants is a different team right now. I think the Giants are playing pretty good, and I think that's going to play in this game. So I don't really like a lot DFS wise. I can stamp the yards for Brown, but that's it.
All right. I think Daniel Jones is sneaky here. He's $7K. He's $200 more, Jerry, on FanDuel than Deshaun Watson. I think this is a sneaky spot. I think Daniel Jones is actually going to start to improve. Obviously, we know the rushing upside's there. You always have a chance of a rushing touchdown, which could always put you over the top in tournaments. But I think with Neighbors and now Slayton emerging and fucking Wandale, they got a little more of a running game they had to start the season. Tracy's been a nice addition for this. More big play potential. I wouldn't be shocked to see Daniel Jones have one of those kind of ceiling games and have a day.
I wouldn't be shocked if the Giants came back and won this division.
Yeah, Giants win this game.
Not bad, man.
Yeah,
they're not beating my Redskins.
No, the Giants are not bad right now. They're not.
The Redskins are better.
I would not be shocked. I'm not saying they are bad.
The Giants aren't bad right now. Yeah.
Something we do need to monitor for that Giants defense is Brian Burns and Dexter Lawrence both haven't practiced for 2
It burns.
Oh, really? About Lawrence? I didn't see that about Lawrence.
Yeah, neither practiced for 2 straight days. They're already without Thibodeau. If those guys don't play, Barkley could go for 150.
Yeah, I could see that. And honestly, this line is trappy as fuck. You just talked about Thibodeau being gone. We're talking about a couple big defensive players that are going to be missing there with Lawrence and Burns. Eagles opened up at -4.5. 88% of the money is on the Eagles right now from the public, and the line's down to 3. So this line is screaming Giants. Jerry, I know you believe in the Giants. We've seen, how many times? Poor Healy, New York team.
Burns and Lawrence practiced today, a limited practice, but they practiced. That's bullshit.
It was the 2 days prior they didn't practice. So
right. Let's see if that goes. But realistically, this line looks like a trap line, and New York is just skull fucking Philly every time they get a hold of them. The Mets are skull fucking the Phillies. The Knicks are skull fucking the Sixers. Poor Brian Healy's out here just getting curb stomped by New York. So I wouldn't be surprised if they ruin the homecoming here for Saquon. I will tell you one thing.
2,500. It's so cheap.
Yeah, no, I don't hate it. But as long as they have other guys in, as long as Burns is in and Lawrence is in, I will tell you one thing. I did an event. I was hanging out with Saquon Barkley literally, 5 months ago when I was posting all that. And when we did the event with Ryan, he came in and he was kind of shy with the New York fans there. He'd just gotten traded to the Eagles. It was pretty recent. He wasn't he was a little timid. He was a little kind of torn up kind of emotionally because there was about 200 Giants fans there. Didn't want us to announce him. Didn't want us to make a big scene about it. So I know he'll probably, it seems like he should be out for blood, but I don't know if he's that blood guy, right? I think he's out for blood for Joe Sheen. I wouldn't be shocked if this is a little bit of a flip-flop game here where the Giants come and fuck everyone's hopes and dreams up. So I won't be betting the Eagles, that's for sure. Let's go to the next one here. What, Miami, Indianapolis?
Yeah.
All right, hit it, Jerry.
Yeah, so Miami's offense, they've looked horrible since Tua went out with his concussion, but I think we kind of see some life out of them here. They're coming off of a bye, and it looks like they got A-Chain and Mostert healthy for this game.
Are either of them playing quarterback?
They're not, but I'll get to it.
You
before
Snoop, whatever the fuck his name is.
The Colts faced trash ass Will Levis last week. They were giving up 363 yards to Caleb Williams, 312 yards to Justin Fields, 371 yards to Trevor Lawrence. Now Huntley, like he's never been a quarterback to pass for a lot of yards.
You could have just stopped that sentence at quarterback.
Right. But
he's never been a quarterback.
But I mean, he still has Tyreek. He still has Waddle. He's got A-Chain. Like, and look, DFS wise, all their prices are the cheapest they've been on DraftKings ever. Against this defense, I mean, I don't mind taking some chances with some of these guys. I'm not talking about a full stack, but Huntley is cheap. Tyreek is the cheapest you're ever going to see him. They're playing in a dome. You know, they can get some offense going here. I think they can get a little bit of offense going here. Some of these guys are sneaky. Waddle's like 5,300. Yeah, I like taking chances on some of these Miami guys here. Full stacking, no, I'm probably not going to do that. But one of these receivers, I like Tyreek or Waddle here. On the Indy side, I mean, I kind of wish it was Flacco that was starting
Yeah,
because
no
he kind of
shit.
pushes
The whole
pace a
city
little
of
bit more.
Indianapolis does too.
Yeah, you know, with Anthony Richardson playing, I'm out on all these receivers. I'm not going to play any of them. Looks like Jonathan Taylor is going to be out, so you can maybe, if you need value, go to Trey Sermon, who kind of sucks. He's 5,500. Goodson probably I like a little bit more. He's 5,400. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for the Indian side. There's not much I like there.
Yeah, Mike, what are you looking at here? We do have some injury situation here with the Indianapolis receivers. Did we run this down? Pittman, Downs, and Pierce all came up questionable this week. Do we know who's in?
Yeah,
I think
because they don't want to play with Anthony Richardson.
Yeah. Do we know exactly who's in or who's not, or is this game time?
We don't know yet. No.
We don't know. Okay, so we got all three potentially questionable, and obviously with Flacco, we were killing Downs props. Zab Maynard fucking attacking Downs every fucking week. I don't trust anything. Not that I don't trust Anthony Richardson. I don't think he's as bad as everyone thinks he is right now. Guy was awesome last year. Started off slow this year. I think he's fine. He's just not Flacco. So, Mike, what do you like?
You know, I really like nothing, but I can't discount, you know, what Jerry led off with. I mean, it's speed in a dome and off a bye, and McDaniels, a lot at stake here. I mean, he has enough to scheme up some motion jet plays sideways with A-Chain, Tyreek Hill, and Snoop. I mean, so it's almost like that GPP situation earlier, you know, like the Jones Neighbors defense. Like if you're going to hook up Tyreek Hill and, you know, A-Chain, I mean, like any of these guys, they're just pure GPP flyers because I really don't want to bet on Snoop. But I love the dome. I love the bye, and I love the speed.
I would have more confidence in A-Chan, Trev, than I would in Snoop Hunt. I mean, Snoop sucks. What do you
Hill,
think?
man. It's
He
Hill.
does. He sucks. We're not saying he's
Man, I just listen. My whole life, don't play guys who suck. Right? It bites me in the ass sometimes, but I
I'm
just
not
can't.
playing.
I
Just for me, it's Tyreek Hill.
Maybe even just A-Chain and Hill. You know what I mean? Like
I
get
don't
the
know
rushing
why
and the-
you guys are all of a sudden on Tyreek Hill. I mean, what the fuck
No,
is he done?
I let off with. I don't love it at all, but you can't.
I can't get into DraftKings, but his price drop.
in the dome off a lot.
300.
You know.
What?
I mean, 7,300. I listen. Again, everything everyone said, I agree. I think it's Tyreek Hill's game. He's probably pissed off. I think they're going to get him the ball. I think it's just a good matchup for him. They're going to take advantage of it. What I like, that's all I like for DFS is Hill. The other thing I really like is due to who's the quarterback and everything. I like rushing yards for Richardson. I like him
I
a
don't
lot.
hate that.
Taylor
Yeah.
being out. He's coming off kind of injury. He's been healthy a little bit now for a couple weeks. I think his rushing yards are going to be there. Maybe a naked Richardson in DFS if you want to get cute, but I really like his
I
rushing.
think I like the prop, like you mentioned. Forget the DFS portion. Maybe just bet the prop.
Yeah,
like he's been injured this whole all he's dealt with is injuries. Like how much are they gonna let him run?
Yeah, that's the thing.
You're not going to
I
let him. It's just- that's what he does.
It's
That's what he
insane.
does. You're probably telling him don't fucking run.
yeah.
I mean,
When he
that's
got injured against the Steelers, I think it was,
It was that
He got
play that
injured.
he.
they pulled him
actually
out,
32
and he
and a
went
half.
right back in, and he ran an RPO, and
Yeah.
he got hurt again, and that's why he went out.
Yeah,
How
he's
about
an idiot.
Tua? Don't run. Don't put your
Yeah.
head down, and don't try to truck a linebacker, safety, cornerback.
Let's go,
Nothing got
touchdown,
you.
Duke.
And he did it.
Where are all you people in the chat talking to me about FSU? Stamp that fucking flag. FSU, fuck out of here. Let's go. Duke, not just a basketball team. About to go to 6-1. Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm just pulling up the prices here on DraftKings on my phone. I can only get in FanDuel on the computer for some reason. When I look at
32.5 is a lot.
Tyreek Hill at 7,300, I'm just like, guy, that's got to be 6,300 to play that. I mean, you're looking at fucking Neighbors for $200 more. You're looking at there's
Yeah,
monsters.
I mean, look, he's
around
not a
him.
cash play. We're
What's
we're
his
talking about
ownership?
Drake London's 400
Gary,
less.
he can.
Oh,
Gary, what's his
God.
ownership going to be?
Who, Tyreek?
Yeah,
Nothing. Should be nothing.
exactly.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, maybe. I don't fucking
That's what we're saying for GP.
How many times have we been saying that with fucking Deshaun Watson and these idiots? Quarterback
Well, I don't
sucks.
say many things. that are wrong.
Desmond Ritter.
Dude, all right. First of all, right on Will Levis, right on Bryce Young, right on everyone. I have one guy I missed on.
All Desmond Ritter's trading
One
cards.
guy I fucking missed on.
Buy them from you.
Where are you guys on Trevor Lawrence? As I was standing there telling you he sucked, Trevor Lawrence. Everyone's
I hate Trevor Lawrence. I'm with you on Trevor Lawrence.
yeah,
I'm
fucking
with you on
whole
Trevor
one.
Lawrence.
I have one guy that I took a stand on. It didn't work out. Everyone else hides in the shadow. I've been right on everyone. Nailed this whole draft class. Caleb Williams, Jaden Reed. Everyone
All right, let me
buried
just
Caleb
pull these out.
Williams.
Who would you rather play? Tyreek Hill at 7,300 or
Drake London at 69.
or Jaden Reed at 7,200?
That one you can get close because I can see Jaden Reed.
I'm just throwing these out there.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd rather play Drake London at 69.
What about 40% Drake London or 2% Tyreek Hill?
Then I'll go play a fucking 5% Terry McLaurin at 68.
You can
But that's
spin
not the question. Jerry posed A or B. You said D.
No, yeah, I'd rather play
I'm asking
Reed,
about
but
London.
it depends.
I'm talking
That's
about
a good
guys-
question, Jerry. And I'm
No, I'd rather play Reed, but why do I have to choose two? It's DFS. I can play whatever the fuck I want.
Well, it's Jerry's question.
I'm just
I mean,
asking
yeah, no,
about-
I answered it. I said, yeah, I'd probably rather play Reed, but it depends on the ownership. I don't know what the ownership's. What's the ownership on Reed?
like 6-7%, something like that.
Yeah, Reed all day. Yeah, Reed all day. Yeah, definitely. I like the McLaurin play when we get to that game. But I don't know. I just feel like he shouldn't be 7,300, right? Like he's not performing like a $7,300 player. He doesn't have a $7,300 quarterback. So I mean, you're overpaying to be contrarian, which I'm always a fan of. I just fucking not with that bag of shit at quarterback. I don't know.
What if he gets a jet sweep and he just tosses to him? Tyreek Hill.
Great. What if any player does that? I mean, he hasn't done it the whole fucking time. Like, you guys been playing with fucking Tua and McDaniel's offensive Mahomes. So,
Listen, he's definitely a flyer.
I mean, it's not hard to stop Tyreek Hill when you don't have to fucking back up 30 yards off the ball. Snoop can't reach him. So you literally need one of those sweeps or something. So Jerry, what's the next game here?
All right, we did Raiders.
We did Detroit, we did Houston, Cincinnati, Philly, Tennessee, Buffalo, Vegas, Rams. Okay, so we're on the 4 o'clock slate. We got all the 1 o'clocks, right?
Yeah, only 3 games this week.
Okay, that's why did they fucking do this, dude? Just fucking balance the goddamn schedule.
They got 2 Monday night games. They got a London game. They got bye weeks.
Yeah, I mean, still, we don't need
They should
7.
leave the
We don't need
Jaguars
7
in
at
London.
1. Yeah, they just leave that fucking team there.
They should just like straight up leave him in London.
Yeah, they just leave him there.
Take it,
So
Zab.
Jerry, walk us
Give
through.
me a second on Miami.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Give me a second on Miami. If I was targeting the Colts, I'd be going Pittman. It's going to be a Pittman game this week. He's going to be playing on the outside, and you're going to see Ramsey. He's been going a lot into the slot, so he's going to be on downs this week. So I won't be on downs. I'll be more on Pittman. When Richardson played with Pittman, he was heavily targeted. So I like that. On the Dolphins side, I like Tyreek Hill, but I'm probably going to bet his yards at 55.5. I always attack the Colts outside cornerbacks. So Tyreek Hill is going to get loose. I think he goes for.
Wow, you guys are all. I'm on an island here with Tyreek Hill, huh?
Hey,
Jesus.
I got to stick to my guns on Colts bad defense. So
Listen.
Tight end, Juno Smith.
Another interception for Duke.
Indy plays.
Why are you people betting FSU? How many weeks? How many weeks do I have to tell you?
They play a heavy cover scheme. Juno Smith in this type of matchup, his yards, his targets, everything upticks. So Juno Smith might be one of my favorite tight end plays on the slate. So
Okay. All right. Awesome. So Jerry, kick us off. Actually, Zab, let me kick you off since I forgot you on that game. Kick me off and give me an injury report here on the Vegas Rams game.
Start with the Rams. Cooper Kupp's pretty questionable coming in. I'll be curious to see if he plays. He's been getting an uptick in practice, so I think we've seen it last year too. He came back from an injury, and we all faded him because we thought, well, he's going to be eased in. I think he had 20 targets that game. So if Cooper Kupp's in, I'll be having him in some GPP lineups. I think you just can't go away from Cooper Kupp. I think they're going to try and feed him. Vegas funnels targets inside, and so Cooper's just going to run inside routes all night. I think Jordan Whittington is still going to be a thing. I think he's going to take over that Puka Nacua role. And they're going to just
he's Puka's pure backup. He's Puka's pure backup. So when Puka comes back, it's the time to get worried about.
Ain't that a tongue twister?
Puka's
pure backup.
Puka's pure backup.
Raiders, Jacoby Myers is doubtful. He'd be the one guy I look to on their team other than Bowers to target. I really like Jacoby Myers. I was kind of hoping he was in. I thought he'd be a good play. I'll probably switch him out. Trey Tucker. He's cheap, 4,200. But yeah, it's Tucker and Bowers. There's nothing else to like from this Raiders
Tucker
team.
is the most interesting man in the world. I mean, the guy had like 15 targets in 2 weeks. Everyone spends their whole fab on him, myself included. And goes and picks him up. Devontae's guy, and he just doesn't even catch a pass. Like, it's just unbelievable what's going on. Jerry, what's going on with Trey Tucker?
I mean, they had a tough matchup last week too. He probably
zero. I think he had 2 the week before.
He was with Polk.
He was
Yeah,
dancing.
he was with Polk. Him and Polk.
And Cortland Sutton. He's with Cortland Sutton too.
Well, Cortland Sutton will blame on fucking Bo sucks dicks.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. So Jerry, what do you think? Do you think Tucker is? I mean, literally,
I like Tucker this week.
2 catches for 18 yards 2 weeks ago, 0 for 0 last week.
I mean, this is a good spot for Bowers. The Rams give up like the second most points to tight ends, so I mean, it's Bowers here. I mean, I like Trey Tucker also. They're both going to be owned. That's the only 2 plays that I like on the Raiders. I'm not touching the running game. Rams, I mean, we kind of have to just wait up on that Cooper Kupp news. I think I like Whittington more if Cooper Kupp is in.
The ownership wise?
Not just ownership wise. I just feel like without anybody else in there, like Whittington is the one. I didn't like that at all. We didn't really see much out of him as the one. I like it more if Cooper Kupp was in there. I love Kyron here. Raiders can't stop the run. I mean, he should have a good day here. Probably Kyron. I like Kyron the most here.
Yeah, I'm a huge Kyron guy. Kyron touchdown, obviously. Trevor, you have Kyron in your fantasy.
Yeah, but here's the problem: lineup builds. Kyron's hard to get in there. It's
Swap out Barkley. He's 100 cheaper.
Right. But
he's not super tough to fit.
Throw him and Barkley in.
And he's going to come.
Throw him in Barkley.
Kyron's going to be like 20%. He's not super tough to fit.
Yeah. I think 8,100.
Yeah, but I think if you put him in, same with the Barkley, it kind of dictates where you're going with your lineup.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough to get the fantasy darling Tyreek Hill in, probably. I mean, to go spend your fucking.
You're not playing Kyron and Tyreek.
That all 4 of you idiots want to spend. Yeah, don't get Kyron. Get fucking Tyreek Hill. Hope he gets a jet sweep for 80 yards. I can't wait to be so wrong on this, and you guys just cocking me. Whenever I do this, the universe is just watching. Like, oh, all 4 of them like him. You're fucked. So yeah, that should be fun. Mike, what do you like in this game?
You guys kind of touched on it all. I mean, Kyron Williams, obviously. I mean, especially with the uncertain, wide receiver room. I mean, he's just a monster, Kyron. He gets a ton of touches, scored every week. I don't see that slowing down. Maybe even an uptick, if you will, in the pass catching game. So Kyron's the play there on the Rams side for me, and then really only Bowers on the Raiders side, but I would only get to Bowers at 5,800 if I was doing like a double tight end lineup just to get different. Because I don't really want to spend up if I just play him as a regular tight end at 5,800. But I do think you can kind of get cute and play like a double tight end, whether it's like a punt, and Bowers or somebody just to get a little different. But that's how I would deploy him. Nobody else.
It's tough in this game. We got a lot of injuries to keep our eye on, too. There's not many props to be looking at right now. Who didn't go here? Zab, Trev? Which one of you guys didn't go yet? Zab.
I led the game.
Okay, you led the game. Yeah, I love Bowers here. I love Bowers every week. I mean, we're talking 22 targets. Looks like Aiden O'Connell's throwing to him a lot more than Minshew was, right? So I like this spot here for Brock Bowers every week. Was super high on him coming into the season. Was super high on Whittington. Was super high on Kyron for MVP last year. No one mentions that. All they talk about is fucking Desmond Ridder every fucking single day. But Brock Bowers, absolute every week, lock it up. I think he's a flex play, Jared. I don't think you need to play him a tight end.
I think you're going to see a lot of double tight end bills this week.
Yeah, I think you do that for sure. Let's go to the next game on the board here, which is, Trevor, we're going to start it with you. It's your Washington Redskins. We refuse to call them the football team or Commanders or whatever the fuck they change this name to every fucking week.
Racist, Thomas.
What?
That's racist, Thomas. They're the Commanders.
I am extremely racist. So
They command.
I'm
They
racist
command.
towards every race, including my own.
I mean, this is the game. This is the game. This should be a real popular game. A lot of great plays. I mean, get into the analysis. You go with the star players. Jaden Daniels, obviously most expensive quarterback on the board. Terry McLaurin, great. I actually lean a little bit towards Eckler here versus Brian Robinson. He's a little banged up. They may not need to use him as much. He's questionable right now, but I assume he's playing.
And Robinson looks like he's playing, yes.
Yeah.
On the Carolina side, keep track of injuries here. I'd like Deontay Johnson to run it back with. There's just a lot of goodness here. Chuba Hubbard's been a beast. Why not throw him in there? I think this game shoots out. It's going to be one of my sacks.
All right. Jerry, what do you like here? I'm all in McLaurin. I absolutely fucking am obsessed with Terry McLaurin this week. Not as much from DFS. I know he's expensive. His prop's 63. I don't understand it. I think the chemistry is there. I think you're looking at a game like last week. I mean, even in a down game, still ended up getting in the box twice. He's really hit for DFS every single week for the last 4 weeks since Jaden's evolved. He either gets 100 yards or gets in the box or both. So the 2 weeks that he didn't produce from a yardage standpoint, Jar, he got in the box 3 times over those 2 weeks. So he's been coming through every week. That's why when you guys were talking about Tyreek Hill and stuff, I like going down and getting T-Mac here. And I don't think he's going to be that high owned, is he?
He's probably going to come in like 15% or so.
Is he? All right, that's a little higher than I even thought. But what do you like in this game, Jar?
Yeah, I mean, how do you not like Washington here? I mean, the whole offense is in play, I think. Jaden Daniels, of course. McLaurin, Ertz. If you want to get different, I kind of like Noah Brown at 4K. He saw 8 targets last week. I mean, he needs one bomb to the house to pay off. Brian Robinson, if he plays, I think he's got the best matchup in this game for sure. Just keep an eye on Deontay Johnson on the other side. If he's out, I mean, you can go to guys like Xavier Legette or Coker. I think they're going to see some targets. Or Jatavian Sanders. He's cheap at tight end for the Panthers. He saw 7 targets last week. So there's different ways to attack this game for sure. But I think you definitely want a piece of it. Carolina defense is shit. So
Mike,
Washington is going to score here.
Yeah,
Jerry just hit it. And my absolute punt play of the week is Jalen Coker, the rookie out of Holy Cross at $3,000. I mean, they're going to be in a negative script. I mean, they're going to have to pass and throw. Thielen's out. Johnson's banged up. I mean, Coker's the starter. I mean, just because of script dependent and everything involved. I mean, at 3,000, it doesn't take much to get there. 3 catches, 30 yards, you're double the price. If he ever goes off or gets in the box, I mean, he's really cashing and provides a lot of salary relief for you, to build. So he's my spend down this week. Last week I ate it on Polk, but this week it's Coker.
Okay, Zap.
I love that call, Mike. I like Coker coming into the season. I liked him in Dynasty.
I love Coker.
Yeah. It seemed like he was getting a lot of hype in preseason. Legette they like him, but I don't think he's an elite route runner. I think Coker could eventually take over that number 2 job. Personal opinion there. Chuba Hubbard knows he's running out of time to be the lead back. Jalen Brooks is making his way back. I think he's maybe back next week for them. So I think Chuba Hubbard tries to take advantage and gets close to 100 yards on the ground. Washington's defense has been playing better. I think they'll be a little tougher against Deontay Johnson in that pass, so I'll probably avoid that. He's been banged up coming into every single matchup lately. So Chuba and Coker are probably the only 2 I like on the Panthers side. There's a lot to like on the Commander side. It's a fun little stack. I think Brian Robinson gets in the end zone. Eckler could get in the end zone. I think they could be up late and just running the ball. Even McNichols. If they're up big, they're going to say Brian Robinson, and McNichols will be getting the rest of the run. So love Terry McLaurin this weekend. Noah Brown, if we remember last year, he was with Houston, and when they were battling some injuries, he was their de facto number one, and he got a ton of run. He scored a lot of long touchdowns. So I like Noah Brown. He's sneaky. So
did no one mention my guy? I mean, maybe Jerry didn't. I was fucking watching Duke just fucking mollywop.
Who dat?
Sure, I mentioned them. We mentioned everybody.
You mentioned Jatavion Sanders?
Yes.
Okay. Did you? Did you go in depth?
All three of us mentioned them.
Go on
No,
playback.
I didn't hear all three you mentioned. Just Jerry. I heard you.
he heard
you
choke and
mentioned.
just
Yeah.
send out.
Jatavion Sanders, I think if Tommy Tremble is out, this is the play of the game. This is the prop of the game. This is the play of the game. I mean, this kid has been fucking balling. Tommy Tremble's got a concussion. I think he's still questionable, right? Which isn't a good sign when you're questionable after Friday. But I think even with Tommy Tremble in, I'm going to play his prop. It would probably take me off him from a DFS perspective. I mean, this kid has looked great. 12 targets, 8 catches, 49 yards last week. Big body tight end and a team that's really missing fucking bodies all over the place. So Andy Dalton should be able to continue to find him. I like that spot a lot for him. Kansas City, San Francisco. Obviously, we could have a field day on this game here. Mikey, let me kick it over to you. What do you like here?
I like Travis Kelce. I think that Travis.
I'll smack you in the mouth.
I don't know. I really don't have a feel, for this game. I mean, it's like I feel like the Chiefs, they're not as good as their record shows right now. I mean, I don't know. I know it's hard to say that.
No, they're not.
A great team, and I think
They're
that
not.
San Fran's better than their record is. I mean, I kind of like a sneaky little Jordan Mason here at 7,600. Going to be back in full form. They're going to try to keep, in my opinion, Mahomes and Kansas City off the field. I think you get another heavy dose of Jordan Mason at 7,600. Only 1 week removed. First week back last week, underwhelmed. Only had 9 carries, but he got 73 yards. So he was pretty explosive. And he just didn't get in the box and didn't get the 20 carries for 140 yards. So I like Mason here at that price at 7,600. The Chiefs are really just a guessing game. I mean, I don't want to spend 6,300 for Kelce. I don't really want to guess on a receiver, and I don't really want Mahomes versus the Niners D. So it's kind of Mason for me here.
Oh, I'm totally on the opposite side. Travis Kelce absolutely eviscerates the San Francisco 49ers. Pretty much every game he plays him, he gets like 10 targets, goes for at least 95 yards. I think it's a fantastic spot. I think it's a pay-up spot at tight end. I think you play him in the flex. Kelce, 100 and a touchdown, probably 8-9 catches in this game. I think he balls the fuck out. Zab, I think
real quick. Wouldn't you want Kittle 200 cheaper, who's also been playing?
Kittle actually hasn't been.
And Kansas City doesn't defend the tight end.
The thing about Kittle is it's fucking so game dependent. He hasn't been that great in the games that they have played each other. A lot of these games, Kittle ends up staying in the block when they don't have the pass protection and when they don't have the weapons. So I like Kittle, but every time, every big game like this, I just run to Kelce and I run the Mahomes rushing prop. Mahomes over 19.5 rushing yards. He ran 9 times for 70 yards in the Super Bowl against him. 19.5 should be a joke.
Isn't he the one that cost us the rushing prop that year? Wasn't that Kansas City
Super Bowl? Yeah, where he took like 3 kneel downs.
Yeah, I mean, that was horrific.
The most rigged shit I've ever seen.
That was horrific.
Yeah, trust me, that cost me like $15,000. You remember?
I remember. We were a FanDuel.
But I killed myself the other day.
Horrible.
Zab, what do you think here?
Niners side, Jordan Mason is off the injury report, so he'll be a go. But the Chiefs are tough against the run. Probably one of us. I think they're the second hardest team to run against, boasting stats. So I'll probably be avoiding Jordan Mason. I'll be looking at Deebo Samuel. I feel like it's a Deebo week. It's going to be a Kittle week. I'm against you on that one. They're bad against the tight end, kind of like Mike was saying. So I think this is, if you want to get different, Kansas City's always different. I think people are going to look at the Chiefs and not know how to play them. Little game stack on this game. Mahomes, Kelce, bring it back, double tight end with Kittle. No one's going to have that. So I like Deebo. I think Kareem Hunt's too cheap, 6,000. I know CEH is back, but I don't think they just give him a full run or anything. I think
they don't like. I mean, listen, I've been saying this for a long. They don't like Edwards-Helaire.
No,
they don't like him. They don't use him. The guy literally last year played fucking. Let me pull it up here. Played what? Fucking 16 games. How many games did he play last year? Played the whole entire season in the playoffs. He ended the season with like fucking 60 carries. He gets 2 or 3 carries a game. I mean, I think Hilaire comes in and gets 8, 7, 6.
Such a guessing game, though, isn't it?
I don't think it
It always
is,
is with
man.
the Chiefs. It's always.
You know, McKinnon and Allaire.
Yeah, it's just usually not Hilaire. That's the thing.
And then it's Noah Gray or Justin Watson that gets a
Yeah,
touchdown.
I just
on the
don't
fucking
feel like they
goal line.
like Hilaire at all. I think it's Kareem Hunt's backfield, and you'll see a 70.
I like that too. I think Hunt emerges for sure.
Yeah,
His line's extremely cheap. I put it out earlier for the subs, but I think it was like 55.5, which is still
52.5.
too low.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, 52
I
and a half is
like
definitely
that.
too low.
So yeah,
He's definitely going to be the back that emerges out of this group.
Yeah, Jerry,
Yeah.
did you talk on this game?
Yeah, like with Mahomes, he's someone I never play on main slates. He hasn't hit more than 18 fantasy points yet this season. There's so many better options to use. I like the tight ends. I like Kelsey. I like Kittle. Zab mentioned Debo. I like him, especially with Juwan Jennings out. There's more targets to go around. I don't mind Juju.
I was just gonna say, is Juju, first of all, is he healthy? I know he had a hammy that he was dealing with. It looks like he's gonna play, but was that
He's
a
playing.
fluke?
I mean, he's
Was
not
that a
going to
fluke?
put 7 for 130 again.
Obviously, but
for
I mean,
4K,
8 targets, is that realistic? Are we looking at 6 to 8?
that's not happening. But I mean, you need some value on the slate for it. I don't mind him.
Did I bet the Yankees? Yeah, I got the Yankees.
I like Kareem Hunt a little bit, but I think it's the tight ends. The tight ends are the ones I want in this game.
All right, it looks like Soto just homered. Someone in the chat said.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that fucking game was on. Trevor, what do you like of this?
Stamp everything everyone said, but a guy that they didn't mention that's kind of confusing that I'm gonna like all year is Ayuk. I don't think no one mentioned Ayuk, did they? Ayuk, I think he's a great play. I think he's undervalued every week. I think they're gonna need him to win this game.
Don't hate it. Don't hate it. Love the rushing props for both quarterbacks in this one. Gleyber Torres, single. Juan Soto, home run. Hello, Soto. Yankees 2-0. Now we got Cleveland bottom of the first. 2 on. Jose Ramirez up. The balls are juiced today, guys. We're going to hit a live total on this Yankee game. We're hitting it. If you watch the Mets game, the balls were juiced out of control in the Mets game. So I'm probably going to be looking at an over 9.5.
Did they dip them in Coker before the game?
Yeah, they dipped them. They dipped the players' noses in Coker before the game. That's for damn sure. But, I mean, these balls were just flying out in the Mets game. We already got a home run and 2 guys on in this one, 2-1. So,
Do you think they intentionally introduced juice balls for the playoffs just for clarity?
No. They actually deadened the balls to start the playoffs because they want close games. So what they want when they got all the games going on, they actually deaden the balls. You see the pitchers are dotting everything. The umps are calling everything a strike. They want unders early in the playoffs, keep the game close, those 2-1 games. Then once the series get a little wild, that's when they start juicing the shit out.
Come on!
What?
Get a fucking out.
What happened?
They scored.
Oh, that was behind. All right, our next game on the slate and final game on the slate is Sunday night, actually. That's not even on the slate, right?
we
So
covered
we
the
can leave
slate.
that on.
Tommy
All right, so we covered the whole
almost
entire
did a
slate.
You
good
just want to
job.
talk Jets. That's
Yeah. All right, listen, I'm not talking about the Jets. Devontae Adams, back shoulder touchdown at the top pylon, going left to right on your screen.
Who kept Devontae?
I said it
Not
first. I
before.
said it first. I said it at 10 a.m. Thunderdome. 10
Back
a.m.
shoulder,
Thunderdome.
back shoulder.
10 a.m.
Back
Back.
shoulder.
I literally on the Thunderdome said Aaron Rodgers to Devontae Adams, left to right on your screen, back shoulder,
Okay,
top
if
pylon.
you said that, then
Back
you got
shoulder,
it.
I
top
like what I
pylon.
like in this game. I like
Am I
Garrett
gonna have to
Wilson.
go audit that video now?
You can audit it. I'll give you 50 to 1 odds.
How much you want to bet Garrett Wilson has a better game than
I believe that, dude. I honestly believe Garrett Wilson's going to be viable now. I think what's going to happen is there's
Garrett Wilson's gonna.
going to be less bracket coverage on Garrett Wilson because what people forget about Garrett Wilson, he was a big play guy. Whether it was at Ohio State or whether it was when he started with the Jets, you had Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. They'd pop 1 for 50 each of them. They've been bracketing the shit out of Garrett Wilson, so he may have less volume now. But I mean, he should see the seams down the middle of the field. He's going to house one this week. I mean, I really believe it.
I love Garrett Wilson.
Tommy, why don't you tell him about our trade?
Actually, you know what? If you're playing the FanDuel main slate, Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
He's on
That's
the
what I'm
move.
looking at because I'm on FanDuel right now. It looks there. Yeah, I don't hate it, and I don't think Lazard's out of this offense. I don't think he's going to
No
be viable.
way.
I don't think he's viable, but I don't think he's out of this offense. But
He's gonna be sneaky anytime any one of those other two have a bad game because it happens, human beings. Well, Lazard's gonna be right there.
Lazard's always going to be a part of it. He's always going to be involved.
huge red zone target.
He's
Now,
going to be wide open all the time because no one's going to be
I
covering
think
him.
Brees is going to eat more.
Yeah, I think the whole Jets offense looks
Everything's going to
good.
be open.
Aaron Rodgers is going to be playable now every single week. Got a lot of options here. But I will say one thing before we get out of here. Let's talk about that London game real quick because it kicks off the day. Mario Douglas. All in. Zab, I know you co-sign it.
Yeah, we've talked about it earlier on Stay Cashing, but Drake May just basically came out in an interview and said, anytime DeMario Douglas is in man coverage, I'm going to him.
I'm going throwing it up to him.
Yeah.
I wrote him up as my value play last week on
What do
the
they
site.
call him? Pop
Loved
Smoke?
him.
What's that? Pop Douglas.
Pop Douglas.
What did you say, Jerry?
I said I wrote up DeMario Douglas last week on the site as my value play. He came in at like 2 or 3%.
Nah, dude.
Everybody played poke over him.
I just traded for him in my league, so I got him all over the place. Yeah, so we're going to have a lot of information, a lot of plays on that London game. Me and Zab have been working a first quarter formula that's been going very well. So if you are signed up, guys, get over there right now. Zab, show it to him. Show him where it is. Trev, you do it too. Let's see who's better. Do it. Give me. Yeah. All right. I mean, how do you guys end up here? How do you drift up to here? Yeah, there you go. Just like this. That's it. Boom, 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 boom. Go click the link in the bio on my at Tommy G Wins again. Click the link in the bio. You get 3 free days, whole weekends free. And if you missed tonight, here's what you've missed so far. And then we'll give a rundown real quick. We'll go around and we'll give our top few plays. Here's what you've missed already for today. We got Duke, as you guys know, up 17-3, smashing right now. We have over 13.5, over 14.5, and over 15.5 in the Dodger game. Ohtani 2 hits, runs, and RBIs. Peterson under 11.5 outs. Dodgers team total max bet. We lost Kike hits, runs, and RBIs, so only one loss, 6-1 to start, and a plus 300 or mayhem things that we threw in. Yankees are up 2-1 right now. Jazz Chisholm's going to homer today. Remember that, guys. Jazz Chisholm's going yard today. And we're probably going to hit the Yankees over 9.5 game right now. Looking good. We're rocking. We're rolling. We don't lose. We're fucking popping. UFC, everything this weekend. So get in there. Click the link in the bio. Get 3 free days. Jerry, start us off with a few of your core plays. I just did that stall for you guys.
I don't know about giving out the core, but I'll tell you some guys.
No. Just 1 or 2 guys that you know will be in your lineup.
Amon-Ra or Justin Jefferson.
That would be the core.
No. A core would be like your 4 guys. Yeah. That would be your key, Mike. That would be a lineup key, as we would call that.
Don't steal my thunder.
Yeah. So what'd you say, Jerry?
Amon-Ra or Justin Jefferson.
Okay. Mike, what are you looking at?
Kenneth Walker, and then my spend down is Coker, as mentioned, at 3,000. He's my punt play of the week.
Okay. I'll give you mine. Mine is Kenneth Walker also. Keep your eye on Daniel Jones. I got a weird feeling about him going off this week. But Kenneth Walker and McLaurin. I have a real big feeling. I think it's a nuke day for McLaurin. Zab, what are you looking at for 1 or 2 main guys?
I got to go Barkley revenge game, and then Juno Smith, Miami Dolphins.
All right. Trevor?
Now, how come you're not correcting his butchering of the name? It's
Juno
Janu. Not Junu, it's Janu.
Because the
But I
difference
get
is
massacred. Trevor gets massacred.
well, let me explain.
Go ahead.
Because Zab actually comes on here and recites the backup middle linebackers for the Chicago Bears and Detroit Lions. So I don't need to confirm to anyone that he knows names of all the players.
Okay.
That's why. Yeah,
so it's Junu?
It's Janu.
Johnny.
But he's saying Junu.
Yeah, that's fine. But he also knows
But you're not
every other.
You
I don't.
Trevor and
Listen,
I,
the only
Trevor and
reason.
I.
Here's the thing. Let me just tell you guys this, and I'll tell you so none of you think I'm picking on you. The only reason I correct improper name pronunciation, especially early in the show, is so that a new viewer doesn't think you're fucking stupid. That's literally why. That's the only reason. I don't think you're stupid. I know you guys just don't know that. But if a new viewer comes in and someone says like, the wrong name, they're going to think it's dumb.
Viewers are here to hear the Janu Smith breakdown.
The old viewers don't give a fuck. Who fucking cares about the old viewers? They ain't going nowhere. They've been here for 8
It's
years.
for love, Zap. It's for
Where the
love.
fuck they go?
Oh, yeah.
They wait for me to say a name wrong, and I always get one
No,
wrong.
you say all of them wrong, Mike. You say every name wrong.
Maji Perrine or whatever. Who's the
Oh
one
my
that I always
God.
get? They mock me on.
Dude.
Rashid White.
There's a lot of them.
That's
There's
it,
a lot of them.
Rashid White.
Mike just mixes up fucking players for
He can name any UFC
Trevor.
player there is.
Yeah, exactly. Trevor, give me 1 or 2.
Nurmagomedov.
I'm gonna do a little change up. So Chase yards, yes. DFS, stay the fuck away from Chase.
No, we're giving 1 or 2 DFS plays.
I'm getting there. Walker, I'm gonna triple stamp it, and Kelsey, man, Walker,
Yeah,
Kelsey.
I like Kelsey too. I'm probably gonna pay up for Kelsey there too.
Hey, tell me, I didn't throw a little fucking curveball. No
right.
Chase, but like his yards.
Yeah, I don't hate that. Defense, guys, give me your main defense. What are you looking at for a pay down defense? Giants we
Giants
talked
for the
about.
pay down.
Go
Pay
first.
down Giants.
Giants. I'm gonna go first because it's Mike's. Yeah, Giants. I like them.
All right, Giants are real cheap. Third from the bottom on FanDuel. Jerry, pay down.
Giants or I don't mind paying up this week for Buffalo.
All right, Zab.
Burrow's never really historically played good in Cleveland, so maybe Cleveland. Let's go there.
No sneaky.
Little
Line looks a little trappy. Hopefully my boy comes through. All right, final words, Jerry.
Head on over to Ship It.
Ship Nation.
I tell you
Let's
guys
go.
every week, head on over there. Awesome site, awesome tools, awesome everything.
Yeah, you guys are killing it over there. Obviously, they're a DFS partner, DFS affiliate. Those of you that are subscribed to 4Deep, you can see the promo codes and everything in our.
I put my core and value report up there every week, so go over there
They're
and
the
check
best. They crush over there. Mike, final words.
Desmond Ritter.
Fucking asshole. Zap.
Big weekend ahead. Jump in. Use the link below.
There we go. That's how we do it. Trevor, final words.
I'm a fucking beast. I'm going to the World Series. Let's fucking go.
I am too. We'll see you there. Trevor will be at the World Series.
I'll be at the
When
World Series too in LA.
I might come out in LA and go to a game, wear a Yankee jersey,
Come on out.
see if I get
Come
fucking
out.
stabbed by those fucking Latin Kings in the parking lot. It's amazing, dude. When I lived in LA, I'd go to fucking Dodger games. The playoffs, all of a sudden, all the gang members show up. It's nuts. There's no one there during the regular season. Playoffs, all the gangs show up. You can't even walk in the parking lot.
They're there every game. Trust me.
I know, but dude, they're in the VIP. They're everywhere. It's fucking dangerous out there. For Jerry, Trevor, Mike, and Zab, I am Tommy G. We'll see you guys next week. I don't know if it's going to be free. Maybe behind the paywall. Usually we do like every other week behind the paywall or free. But you guys need to get in right now. Go to 4Deep. Sorry, not 4Deep. Go to my bio at Tommy G Wins Again. You see Zab saying it right there. Click on the 3 free days. You get 3 free days. Don't worry about your phone number. That's just for fucking Dub Club because there's some people who actually send their plays out through text. Get out of here, home run Yankees. 3-1. God damn it, I missed the over. Hopefully you guys hit it. But go there, get the 3 free days. Come in for 3 days, stay forever. How about that? Good luck. Stay cashing, motherfuckers.
Oh, let's go!
There it is, Mike. I knew you'd come through. Bills.
Oh, come on, it's your Dasher Bill. Sorry, the food's cold.